Are you tired of having bad aim? Tired of shooting first but dying still? Calling players trash when you don't even go positive? Well, what if I told you that you've been playing on the wrong sensitivity for yourself? Well, I'm about to help you change that, so stay tuned for that. What is up YouTube, it's Scuf here, back with another video. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can find the right sensitivity for you, as well as how to improve your aim to a top tier player. First things first though, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, then head on down and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss another video. And leave a comment below on what the next videos should be. Tips and tricks, class setups, even videos that have to do with Warzone. But as always, I hope you enjoy. Now roll the rest of the video. So first off, you want to go down to custom game, perfect place to practice adjusting your sensitivity. Next off, you want to change the map and put Ray. It's a good map for mid to close range. Now for game mode, we're going to put on free for all. Now I already have all these settings down, so I'm just going to use mine. Now head on towards edit game rules, then settings. Now onto win conditions, you want to change the time limit as well as the score limit to unlimited. The reason you want to do that is you just want to spend as much time as you like adjusting your sensitivity. Now you can put a time limit as well if you don't have as much time, but again, just as much time as you like. Also on the right side, you can literally just skip through everything I'm going to be talking about right now and just copy everything from the far right. Next off, we're going to go down to gameplay and we're going to change the minimap to constant. The reason you want to do this is just because you want to see where the bots are at, so you can go from one bot to another immediately as practice rather than figuring out where they are. Now head on towards player side and health and damage, and you want to go up to health and increase it to max, which is 200. The reason you want to do this is because the more health a player has, the more tracking you have to do. Now this is going to be great because if you can immediately track very well with 200, you'll be fine with playing a standard game where they have 150 health, or even hardcore where they have even less. Now that's pretty much it for that section, and now down to restrictions. I didn't really change anything, but I did put away and restricted all the score streaks except for harp, spy plane, and armor. Just cause I just wanted to at least have 3, and that's just personal preference. I didn't want the bots to earn anything too powerful. Also, if the bots happen to earn armor, it's actually kind of good. It means you have to track a little bit more. So yeah. Next off, lastly, for bots, you want to add as many bots as you can. Now one thing I will say, I don't know if it's now, okay, there we go, it's working today. Yay, you want to change the bot difficulty to just recruit. Again, they're just target practice. Put that on autofill, and you're pretty much set for now. Now onto the fun part. You need a specific class setup for this test, so clear any class setup that you can use and put on for your primary any SMG you like, except for the MAC-10 and the KSP. The KSP is a burst, we don't really want that, and the MAC-10 has a fast time to kill, which is the opposite of what we need. Now after you select your SMG, you want to go into Gunsmith and you want to put on the SWAT 5MW laser sight for that hipfire accuracy. Next you want to put on the last magazine that your gun can have. It could be 55 round, 85, 40 round, fast, whatever. Now for the rest of these attachments, I just put these just cause. You don't need to though, really these are not important. Now we'll get to the Krig in a second, but for the rest of the class setup, Stim Shot, Semtex, Fuel Mic, these don't really matter too much, honestly, you're not going to use them. For your perk 1, you can either put on Flat Jacket or Tactical Mask because the bots will still chuck stuff at you. For perk 2, you want to put on Scavenger just so you can keep staying into that fight, just because you want to go from one bot to another and you will burn through ammo eventually. For perk 3, you want Gun Ho, just because mainly we're using it for is switch weapons faster for that fast hands ability, but the rest of the abilities are still good. Now for wildcard, we're using Lawbreaker just for that overkill ability, which is why the Krig is our secondary. Now you want to select the Krig specifically for your secondary this time. I think it's the perfect most accurate AR to have in the game right now. For attachments, you want to put on an optic unless you're fine with the iron sights, but if you're going to put an optic, put one that's less than the 3 times, just because this will be for your ADS sensitivity. Afterwards, you want to go to underbarrel, you want to put the fuel agent grip to make the recoil as consistent as it is and make it easier to control. Magazine, again, put the last one, the 50 round fast mag. Put the airborne elastic wrap for that ADS fast. And radar stock, just for that sprint to fire really and everything. Now basically the Milano or whatever SMG you have is going to be your hipfire only gun, while the Krig is going to be your ADS only gun for this test. After loading into the game, first thing you want to do is make sure your controller has no stick drift. So go to the settings, then go down on the controller segment, and then threshold. And have it at 5. Regardless of what you have it right now, have it at 5 so you can make sure. Unless you're sure that you're good with what you have. Then gently move the joystick from left to right. See, I'm barely moving it, and it has a lot of stick drift since it's turning pretty much. Now, if it doesn't have any at all, if you gently move it, it doesn't move at all, then you're good. Now, if it does move at all from small little, notches, you want to raise it up then. Raise it up by 1 each, and then just go again. And just keep doing that until you find the right one for you, until you see minimal or no stick drift at all. Now afterwards, you want to go to interface, and you want to go down to crosshairs, and you want to put it hidden. The reason for this is to create some muscle memories as you hit fire, so you always know where you're aiming at without seeing where you're aiming at. Now for practice number 1, hip fire. This is when your SMG comes in. Run around and start tracking and seeing how you're doing. If you feel like you're too slow in tracking, bump up your sensitivity by 1. If you feel like it's too fast, then bump it down by 1. And try mixing it up a notch. Jump shot, slide, flick from one player to another and see which sensitivity you feel the most consistent on. Also, don't forget to try changing your aim response curve type and see what combo between your sensitivity and aim response curve type works best for you. Now on to practice number 2. This is where your Krig comes into play. Once you found a good X and Y sensitivity that you like, switch to the Krig and try shooting the bots only while ADSing. And again, mix it up, jump shotting, slide cancelling, strafing, and go from one bot to another as fast as you can and see how good you're tracking it. And like before, if you're tracking way too behind or not keeping up, then try bumping up your ADS sensitivity by 0.05. It may not seem like much, but if you want to be on point, then every notch counts. Now I know there's target aim assist that you can also mess around with, but personally I don't think they're that good. Maybe legacy, but it's up to y'all if y'all want to mix it up and see if that's what you like. Now lastly, the one important factor that can help you hit more shots is your crosshair placement. I don't see many people talking about this, but having your crosshair placed anywhere where you think the enemy is coming from will help you a lot. If you're running around looking down and an enemy is suddenly in front of you, or if you're not looking at the side the enemy comes from, you're bound to lose that fight because his crosshair was placed on you first, while you have to make the correction and turn towards the enemy player. Now it's going to take some time getting used to, but always keep your crosshair at chest level. I know head level will be better, but it's more convenient having it on chest because 1, recoil, and 2, what if the person slides by you? So yeah, another thing for crosshair placement is pre-aiming and snapping onto the direction where you think someone will appear, even when no one's there. If you happen to be prepared, you're bound to win most gunfights. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope this video helped those that needed it. And if you have any questions, then leave a comment below and I'll answer it as soon as I can. And again, you can let me know what other videos you'd like to see from either Cold War or even Warzone and Modern Warfare. But as always, I hope you enjoy and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.